Shalom, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well, blessed, and highly favored. So it's the end of another week, and I have been meaning to, or well, it was in my spirit to upload something because I've been having like a little week this week, you know what I mean? And today I am actually feeling a little under the weather. It happens to me every fall. Whenever the weather changes, I come down with like a cold, stuffy nose, ears itchy, and all that not so fun stuff. But yeah, it's been pressing in my ruach since Tuesday to do an upload, and I'm telling you, man, like you just gotta listen, right? And so that's so much easier said than done because just like you want to listen, but it's like, oh my goodness, I don't know. So I'm sorry, Yahuwah, but like I said, I am doing it now today because I'm like, listen, it's Sunday, it's starting a new week, and I didn't even let the week pass out. So I'm so sorry, Yahuwah, like for real. Um, what I wanted to talk about, I wasn't sure. I guess that's why I was like battling with it because I've been having a week this week. And so I just wasn't sure. Should I talk about that? Should I not talk about that? Is this from Yah? Is it not from Yah? I was just questioning. Now, I am still in the book of Yasher, and I am currently on chapter 80 right now um, is where my reading is. And as you notice, I am right here at chapter 6. Because as I got up this morning, again, just petitioning Yah about some things, just, praying with him, talking to him about some stuff, I was just led to go back to chapter 6 and do that, and then do what I wanted to do, right? So, chapter 6, I'll read that. And chapter 6 said, at the time after the death of Methuselah, Yahuwah said to Noah, go you with your household into the ark. Behold, I will gather to you all the animals of the earth, the beasts of the field, and the fowls of the air, and they shall all come and surround the ark. And you shall go and seat yourself by the doors of the ark. And all the beasts, the animals, and the fowls shall assemble and place themselves before you. And of such of them as shall come and crouch before you, shall you take and deliver into the hands of your son, who shall bring them to the ark. And all that will stand before you, you shall leave. So as I read that again, I understood even more than when I read it the first time, right? Because if you notice, he said, all that will crouch before you, you shall take and deliver them into the hands of your son, who shall bring them to the ark. So I'm like, deliver them into the hands of your son, who shall then bring them into the ark. It's like a process. Like sometimes you always need a help. Like he always send a help for you, right? Because Noah is the one that he's choosing to essentially like pick who goes into the ark and who don't, right? Even though he gave Noah the instruction to look forward. So it's like a couple of things there. So again, Noah's the one that I'm like, Noah's the one that's working with him directly, but you see that his sons will be helping him. You know what I mean? So Noah's picking, then his son is the one that's going to help to lead them into the ark. But also there was another instruction. Those who will crouch before you, you shall take and deliver into the hands of your son, who will then bring them into the ark. And into the ark, um, that's where they'll be saved. So it's like reminiscent of like salvation to me right quick as I was reading. So Noah's his prophet essentially who's picking, his sons is the one who's working with him, and the ark is like the oasis, you know what I mean? Because that's where they'll be saved. But look at the ones that will be saved, the ones that will crouch before him. right? So anybody that come and stand before you, they're not going. And to me, right there, stand means pride. So if like you big and bad, like you too good to bow or crouch, you're not going. So it just reminds me like you always should be humble. You always should be humble. So I was like, wow, yeah, it's so cool. Cause like I said, just reading, like the first time I just read over that because I was more just reading and understanding the story of the animals going into the ark. And like I said, this morning it just broke it down for me like that. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So thank you, Yahuwah. All right, going on to chapter 3. And Yahuwah brought this about on the next day. And the animals, beasts, and fowls came in great multitudes and surrounded the ark. And Noah went and seated himself by the door of the ark, and of all the flesh that crouched before him, he brought into the ark. And all that stood before him, he left upon the earth. And a lioness came with her two whelps, male and female. And the three crouched before Noah. I'm sorry, this is so shaky, guys. My bad. And the three crouched before Noah. And the two whelps rose up against the lioness and smote her and made her flee from her place. And she went away, and they returned to their places and crouched upon the earth before Noah. And the lioness ran away and stood in the place of the lions. And Noah saw this and wondered greatly. And he rose up and he took the whelps and brought them into the ark. Pause right there again. So again, the first time that I read it, you see, I even put like a thing right there because I'm like, I asked Yahoo about that, like, what was the meaning of all of that? And I didn't get it right away, but I feel like I got a little bit of clarity on it now. So I'll explain. And there's still probably more to it that he will explain to me later. But again, I felt like I got a little clarity on it now. And so I'll explain. So the lioness came, right? So it was a mother who came with her two whelps, her two little ones, a male and a female. And the three of them crouched before Noah. And the two whelps rose up against their mother and smote her and made her flee from her place. And she went away, and they returned to their places. And then they crouched again upon the earth before Noah. And the lioness ran away and stood in the place of the lions. And you see, even Noah saw this and wondered greatly. And he rose up and he took the two whelps because they crouched before him. That's what Yahuwah said. If they crouch before you, take them. I think the first time around, I was like, well, why he didn't take the mother too? Because she crouched too. Like I said, you seen, I put a thing there. I didn't really understand it. So I asked Yahuwah to explain it to me. And today I got a little bit more of an understanding like this. The instructions were male and female was supposed to approach Noah, and if they crouched, Noah would take them. But if they didn't crouch, Noah would not take them. This mother came with her male and female child. Yes, she crouched, but she didn't come with her male. You see that? And it says that she even went and stood in the place of the lions. So she went and stood with her male. She didn't follow instruction. To me, I'm like even like wow, right now as I'm saying it, like kind of in a smile, like wow, she didn't follow instructions. And so she had to follow it and do what Yah said. And the two whelps, her two little one, they smote her. You know how the word said, honor your mother and your father? I always had an inkling that sometimes honoring means correct them, even if you see them going wrong. Oh my, yeah. And literally, as I'm doing this right now, I'm like, yeah, it's that inkling because sometimes honoring them means to correct them. because that's what her two little whelps did. They corrected her like, Mom, you're not doing what our instructions were. You're doing it out of place. And she had to get back in place. That's wow. Yahuwah literally just, wow. Yeah, it's wow. Thank you, Yahuwah. Thank you, Yahusha HaMashiach. Like, wow. That's wow. Because, like I said, it's something that I asked about and I just got so much clarity on it now. Thank you, Yahusha. All right, verse 8. Wow. I can't get over it. Yeah, like for real, because I really thought I was all this week I was thinking to do another chapter because there was some stuff happening, and he told me even before I did this that I could still go ahead and do the chapter, but it started with this verse. He said go to verse, like go back to chapter 6. It's okay, guys. I'll continue. Wow, yeah, it's just wow. Thank you, Yahusha Hamashiach. Like that's wow. All right. Verse 8. And Noah brought into the ark all living creatures that were upon earth, so that there was none left but which Noah brought into the ark. 2 and 2 came to Noah into the ark, but from the clean animals and clean fowls he brought 7 couples, as Elohim had commanded him. And all the animals and beasts and fowls were still there, and they surrounded the ark at every place. And the rain had not descended till 7 days after. 7, at completion. Verse 11. And on that day, Yahuwah caused the whole earth to shake, and the sun darkened, and the foundation of the world raged. Wow. And Yahusha said that it's going to be as in the days of Noah. So this is going to come again. Not the rain, but the sun darkening and the foundation of the world raging. Like, whew, whew, protect me, yeah. And the whole earth was moved violently, and the lightning flashed, and the thunder roared, and all the fountains in the earth were broken up, such as was not known to the inhabitants before. And Elohim did this mighty act in order to terrify the sons of men, that there might be no more evil upon earth. Look at people, bruh. I can't, man. Verse 12. And still the sons of men would not return from their evil ways. And they increased the anger of Yahweh at that time, and did not even direct their hearts to all this. And at the end of the 7 days, and the 600th year of the life of Noah, the waters of the flood were upon the earth, and all the fountains of the deep were broken up, and the windows of heavens were opened, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And Noah and his household and all the living creatures that were with him came into the ark on account of the waters of the flood, and Yahuwah shut him in. And all the sons of men that were left upon the earth became exhausted through evil on account of the rain, for the waters were coming more violently upon the earth, and the animals and beasts were still surrounding the ark. See, this was for a reason. You gonna peep. And the sons of men assembled together. Now here they come. Like, please, y'all. About 700,000 men and women. And they came into the ark. They came unto the ark, sorry. And they called to Noah, saying, Open for us, that we may come to you in the ark. And wherefore shall we die? Like, really, y'all? Oh my, I'm telling you, folks, man. And Noah with a loud voice answered them from the ark, saying, Have you not all rebelled against Yahuwah and said that he does not exist? Don't be those people, y'all. Talk about he does not exist. Don't be those people. And therefore, Yahuwah brought upon you this evil, to destroy and cut you off from off the face of the earth. Is not this thing that I spoke to you of 120 years back? See, this is why I like the books that was taken out of the regular Bible. Because in the regular Bible, we didn't even know that it was a whole 120 years that they were warning them. You thought it was just like about a month or something, but for a whole 120 years. Wow. And you would not hearken to the voice of Yahuwah. And now do you desire to live upon earth? And they said to Noah, we are ready to return to Yahuwah. Only open for us that we may live and not die. Yeah, right. And Noah answered them, saying, behold, now that you have seen the trouble of your souls, you wish to return to Yahuwah. Why did you not return all these 120 years, which Yahuwah granted you as the determined period? See, there's always a determined period, but his grace is going to run out, y'all, like for real. And we right now is in a determined period. Please don't let it be you that his grace run out on, because you don't want that beef. Trust. Okay. But now, you come and tell me this on account of the troubles of your souls? Now also Yahuwah will not listen to you, neither will he give ear to you on this day, so that you will now succeed in your wishes. And the sons of men approached in order to break into the ark. You see this? The nerve of people. Like, if you ain't, well, we ask you nicely, if you ain't going to let us in, now I'm about to break it down. Yeah, okay. For they could not bear the rain upon them. And Yahuwah sent all the beasts and animals that stood round the ark. And the beast overpowered them and drove them from that place. Every man went his way, and they again scattered themselves upon the face of the earth. See, the beast was standing around for a reason. Get out of here, y'all. And the rain was still descending upon the earth, and it descended 40 days and 40 nights, and the water prevailed greatly upon the earth, and all flesh that was upon the earth or in the waters died, whether men, animals, beasts, creeping things, or birds of the air. And there only remained Noah and those that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed, and they greatly increased upon the earth, and they lifted up the ark. That was interesting to me also, guys, that the waters are plural, and and their pronouns was even purer, like they. So that was kind of interesting to me and cool. All right. And they lifted up the ark, and it was raised from the earth. And the ark floated upon the face of the waters, and it was tossed upon the waters, so that all the living creatures within were turned about like pottage in a cauldron. And great anxiety seized all the living creatures that were in the ark. And the ark was like to be broken. And all the living creatures that were in the ark were terrified. And the lions roared, and the oxen lowed, and the wolves howled, and every living creature in the ark spoke and lamented in its own language, so that their voices reached to a great distance. And Noah and his son cried and wept in their troubles. They were greatly afraid that they had reached the gates of death. And Noah prayed unto Yahuwah and cried unto him on account of this. And he said, and right there, like they were greatly afraid that they have reached the gates of death. It's like I just love how the word of Yah just connects real quick. Because everything that I've been saying and like upload with this, like the word of Yah just connects. It never contradict each other. Because that right there just spoke more to the lesson that I learned, that sometimes we're humans, you know what I mean? I mean, sometimes we are humans, when we're flesh, but that we're humans, like it's just cool to me, like how every time I read something, I'm like, bro, everything that I put out, I just read everything new that I read, it just connects back to what I'd already did. So that's cool to me. All right. And here goes the power of prayer. All right. And Noah prayed unto Yahuwah and cried unto him on account of this. And he said, O Yahuwah, help us, for we have no strength to bear this evil that has encompassed us. For the waves of the water have surrounded us. Mischievous torrents have terrified us. The snares of death have come before us. Answer us, O Yahuwah, answer us. Light up your countenance towards us and be gracious to us. Redeem us and deliver us. And Yahuwah hearkened to the voice of Noah and remembered him. And the wind passed over the earth, and the waters were still, and the ark rested, and the fountains of the deep and the windows of heavens were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the water decreased in those days, and the ark rested upon the mountains of Ararat. And Noah then opened the windows of the ark, and Noah still called out to Yahuwah at that time and said, O Yahuwah, who did form the earth and the heavens and all that are therein, bring forth our soul from this confinement and from the prison wherein you have placed us, for I am much weary with sighing. Thank you, Yahuwah, for we are human after all. For I am much wearied with sighing. Count it all joy. Count it all joy. Because, Father, Noah, to this day your story reign because of your faithfulness. Count it all joy. Wow. Thank you, Yahuwah. All right. And Yahuwah hearkened to the voice of Noah and said to him, when you shall have completed a full year, you shall then go forth. And at the revolution of the year, when a full year was completed to Noah's dwelling in the ark, the waters were dried from off the earth. And Noah put off the covering of the ark. At that time, on the 27th day of the second month, the earth was dry. But Noah and his son and those that were with him did not go forth, did not go from the ark until Yahuwah told them. Always listen to your father, no matter how tempting it seems. You see that? They've been there for a minute. Look, remember, he was wearied. I'm much wearied with sighing. I'm much stressed. I'm tired of even being stressed. And at that time, when they saw that it was dry and everything, they still didn't go forth until Yahuwah told them. Thank you, Yahuwah. And the day came that Yahuwah told them to go out, and they all went out from the ark, and they went and returned, everyone to his place, to his way, and to his place. And Noah and his sons dwelt in the land that Elohim had told them, and they served Yahuwah all their days. And Yahuwah blessed Noah and his sons on their going out from the ark. And he said to them, be fruitful and fill all the earth. Become strong and increase abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. No, I'm always going to encourage y'all, like, read y'all word, read y'all word. Because, see, this was Noah. Don't that sound like the good end of a story, like the end? But yet still here me and you are. And we know that there's still like evil and all of that running around in the earth, and still backstabbing and all this. It's like, when are we ever gonna learn, man? But I thank you, Yahuwah, for your grace and mercy. But it's gonna come an end to all of it, guys. Please don't get caught up in it. Don't get caught up, because if you are still listening to this, if even if you don't hear this in the by the Ruach Hakodesh, hearing your Ruach, hearing your Ruach, my prayer right now, if you are still alive, everybody on earth, there is still time. There is still time. I pray that the words reach you as a thought in your Ruach. If you are still alive, there is still time. There is still time, because eternity is coming. Eternity is coming, and so is the real death is coming in life, the death of the soul. Don't be that. Oh my Yah, he love you so much. Don't be that. Don't be that, guys. There's still time. If you're alive, there's still time to get to know your Elohim, to get to know your creator. There's still time, because there's gonna come a time, guys, when that's it. And you don't want to be there crying, when he don't want you to be there. He loves us. He created us. Oh my Yahuwah. Oh my Yah. Oh my Yah. He created us, guys. He loves us so much. So much. He loves us so much. The greatest love of all. There's still time. Get to know your creator. Get to know your creator. Like I said, I thought when he sent me that, I said, okay, I guess everything that I wanted to originally talk about and was still battling, should I not? Because again, I had a week this week, as we're always gonna have it, but count it all joy. And as I was looking, he brought me to it. Because again, like I said, I'm in chapter 80 today. And as you've seen, this here is from chapter 69, from where I wanted to you know, upload this week. Because again, I was having a week, but I was just counseling with him, like, yeah, should I not? Because certain things, like I said, I don't even really want to talk about, and I don't want this to be about that, but I guess it is what it is. Like, we're humans at the end of the day. And so, without further ado, because it's been like, I'll be really trying to keep these shorts, but hey, it is what it is. So let me go on. Thank you, yeah. Um, so Yasher, the book of Yasher, chapter 70. And we are talking about Moses. Moshe is Moses. And Moses was an Israelite, right? Born from the tribe of Israel, Levi, actually. And so Moshe was raised, you guys know the story. If you guys don't, Moshe was raised by Egypt, right? An Egypt king. Um, the Pharaoh at the time, the Pharaoh's daughter, she could not have children. And she saw at the time when there was an order for the Egyptian to kill all Israelite male child, they could save the female, but the order was for them to kill all Israelites' male child. Pharaoh's daughter saw Moses and the water coming down the sword. Like I said, long story short, please get into it, read it. But she saw the baby, she rescued him from a basket in the water. And she took him to raise him as her own son. And right there, in the previous chapter, chapter 24, verse 24, right quick, you see where it says, and at the end of 2 years, when the child grew up, she brought him to the daughter of Pharaoh, because for 2 years he had to get suckling for his room. Again, the story is so dope, bro. Read it. But you see, she brought him to the daughter of Pharaoh, and he was unto her as a son. So see, that's all I wanted you to get. Pharaoh's daughter raised Moses as a son, and she called his name Moshe, Moses, for She said, because I drew him out of the water. Okay, so right there, I just wanted to show that little confirmation. All right, so in the third year from the birth of Moses, so when he was 3 years old, Pharaoh was sitting at a banquet with Alpharanith, the queen, was sitting at his right, and Bathia is Moses' Egyptian adoptive mother, and Bathia at his left. And the lad Moshe was laying upon her bosom, and Balaam, the son of Beor, with his two sons. Now, Balaam right there, he's a voodoo worker, y'all. Bro, I'm telling y'all, everything is in this Bible. This Bible is so juicy. The story is so juicy. Read. But Balaam right there, he a whole voodoo worker. Okay? Yes. All right. Going back. And his two sons. And all the princes of the kingdom were sitting at the table and the king's present. Again, it was a banquet. You know, they was having a party. A party. And the lad stretched forth his hand upon the king's head, and he took the crown from the king's head and he placed it on his own head. You know how sometimes, and we'll see kids do that, right? Where they'll take the hat off their father's head and then they'll put it on their head. When I read that, I'm like, bro, we seen kings do that. I'm telling you, we the ones. Okay, getting back to it. So that's what Moses did. He took the crown from off his grandfather, essentially, his head, and he put it on his head. And when the king and the princess saw the work which the boy had done, the king and the princess were terrified. And one man to his neighbor expressed astonishment, like, "What? Why he do that? Why he do that?" And the king said unto the princes who were before him at the table, "What speak you, and what you say, O ye princes, in this matter? And what is to be the judgment against the boy on account of this act?" They took it seriously. Here come this voodoo worker. And Balaam, the son of Beor, the magician, answered before the king and princes, and he said, "Remember now, O Adonai and King, the dream which you had dreamed many days since." Again, the story is so juicy, y'all. Please go back and read it, man, because that dream was crazy. Okay, going on. "And that which your servant interpret unto you," that which, because he's the wise man and the counselor to the king. So when he say your servant, he's referring to himself. Like, remember what I told you what that dream meant. "Now, therefore, this is the child from the Evri, Hebrew children, in whom the Ruach Elohim, in whom is the Ruach Elohim." He ain't lied right there, okay? Because that means the Spirit of God, the Spirit of the Creator. "And let not my Adonai the king imagine that this youngster did this thing without knowledge, for he is an Evri boy, Hebrew boy, and wisdom and understanding are with him. Although he is yet a child, and with wisdom has he done this, and chosen unto himself the kingdom of Mizraim." First of all, the Hebrew children ain't got to choose nothing, because Yah give them what he give them, okay? All right, I'll continue. "For this is the manner of all the Ephraim, to deceive kings and their noble." And this is why I wanted to, when I read this, I'm like, when I read this week, I'm like, see, yeah, okay. Because they always lying. I mean, come on, man, like, stop it. "And for this is the manner of the Hebrew, to deceive kings and their noble." No, they don't, bro. Like, no, they don't. When you're a person of Yah, people, all the accusation, but the accusation, but count it all joys, friend. Count it all joys. "To do these things cunningly, and in order to make the kings of the earth and their men tremble. Surely you know that Abraham, their father, acted thus, who deceived the army of Nimrod, king of Babel." Like let me go on. "And Abimelech, king of Gerar, and that he possessed himself of the land of the children of Shet and all the kingdoms of Canaan." Yahuwah gave that to Abraham, but okay, go ahead with your lying tongue, Miss Voodoo Man. and that he descended into Mitzrayim and said of Sarah, his woman, she is my sister. And I spoke about that a couple of videos before. Yes, he did say that. He did lie in order to mislead the Mitzrayim, but he didn't lie to mislead them. He lied because he was scared. There was a difference. There's a difference. We're different. We are different. Thank you, Yahusha HaMashiach. He wasn't perfect, but he was different. He's not like y'all, but y'all reading it wrong. Thank you, Yahusha HaMashiach. Verse 11, his son Yitzchak also did so when he went to Gerar and dwelt there, and his strength prevailed over the army of Avimelech, king of the Palestine. He also thought of making the kingdom of the Palestine stumble in saying that Rivkah, his woman, was his sister. Again, because he was scared, not because he was trying to make any... the misconception, the little bit of the lie, or using something that they did wrong, yes, but to twist it against. But you see, the difference is when you're a person of Yah, your intention is different. He's not, they ain't like y'all. Thank you, Yahuwah. Thank you, Yahusha HaMashiach. Yaakov, who is Israel, also dealt treacherously with his brother. Again, no, he did not. No, he did not. But y'all gonna tell it differently, okay? And took from his hand the birthright and blessing. Took from his hand, or did Esau didn't wanted it and sold it? But again, see how they're going to tell a little bit of the truth and even may have something wrong that you did, but they're going to twist it. But when you are of Yahuwah, your intentions is always different. And I thank you, Yahuwah, for being a heart knower. I'll continue. He went then to Padan Aram, to the house of Lavan, his mother's brother, and cunningly obtained from him his daughter. Total lie. Because if you read that story, that Yaakov, Israel, he didn't do nothing cunningly. Lavan cunningly deceived him. But again, see, they going to hear your story and they going to twist it around. They going to accuse you. And yes, you going to mess up because nobody's perfect, right? And they'll use your messing up as the highlight of it and the base it to lie on you. But count it all joy, friend. Count it all joy. From his daughter, his cattle, and all belonging to him, and fled away and returned to the land of Canaan to his father. His sons sold their brother Joseph, who went down in the Mitzrayim. Again, yes, they did. They did do that. But look how it ended up being that all that was from the work of Yahuwah to put Joseph in a place to, listen, man, count it all joy. Count it all joy, no matter what they come at you. Wow, thank you, Yahuwah. And I really felt definitely all better now from this week as reading. Oh man, sometimes just do what Yah say. Okay, thank you, Yahuwah. Who went down in the Mitzrayim and became a slave and was placed in the prison house for 12 years until the former Pharaoh dreamed dreams and withdrew him from the prison house and magnified him above all the princes of Mitzrayim. See, still giving him no credit, still not giving Yahuwah no credit. They just lying, because the base of their story is just to tear you down. Brothers and sisters, let's not be this towards each other, because sometimes we can be. And that ain't of Yah, but, that is what it is. All the princes in Mitzrayim, on account of his interpreting his dreams to him. And right there, I'll finish with verse 17. And when Elohim caused a famine throughout the land, he sent for and brought his father and all his brother and the whole of his household and supported them without price. They got a nerve talking about without price when currently they are having the Israelites worked for them without paying them. But look at this, without price or reward, and brought the Mitzrayim for slave. I'm just going to stop right there, like I said. And, just because this is going on longer than I wanted it to, just count it all joy. It doesn't matter what is happening to you guys, count it all joys. And, brother and sister, let's not be like how the enemy already is going to be towards us. And again, guys, if you guys happen to hear this, but my prayer is for everybody, Yahuwah, just please drop into their ruach right now, their spirit right now. Tap on their shoulder. Because if you guys are alive right now in this flesh, there's still time. There's still time. It's not over yet. Because there is going to come a time when it is all going to be over. And it's going to be too late to do anything then. Don't get caught up. Don't, because Yahusha says, so in the days of Noah, and I guess, wow, that's why I had to read that. Thank you, yeah, because a part of my journey, part of my, bringing the word to light, you can't know the full story without knowing that happened right there with Noah. Ooh, thank you, Yahusha Hamashiach. All right, so count it all joy, guys. And again, if y'all are listening and made this far, thank you. I appreciate your time. Love, respect, and appreciation always is my motto. Appreciation and respect. All right. Shalom, everybody. Peace.